الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا وبعد. Inshallah, tonight Khatera, we will talk about the fiqh of the Jama'ah, as we mentioned the last time, because we are a Jama'ah. We are here together, mashallah, 5 times a day and so on. We need to learn the fiqh. And what does it mean, the fiqh? When we say we're going to learn the fiqh of the Jama'ah, the fiqh of the congregation, what does it mean? The 5 rulings. What is wajib, what is haram, what is recommended, what is makruh or dislike, and what is permissible. And my brothers, before we talk about the fiqh, we have to talk about the importance of al-jama'ah. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even in the fighting, imagine you are fighting. And in fighting, most of the time you care about yourself because you might lose your life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran what? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يحب الذين يقاتلون في سبيله صفا كأنهم بنيان مرصوص. Imagine in fight and so on, you have to be together. Because subhanallah, when we are not together, the defeat will happen. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Yadullahi ma'a al-jama'ah. The hand of Allah is with the jama'ah. Until subhanallah, and the jama'ah, what does it mean a jama'ah? As Umar ibn Khattab, he said, La Islam illa bi jama'ah. There is no Islam without jama'ah, without unity. Wala jama'ah, إيش? Illa bi imara. And there is no unity, there is no jama'ah without leadership. Wala imara illa إيش? بطاعة. And there is no leadership without obedience. So now if you reverse it, if there is no obedience, there is no what? No leadership. And if there is no leadership, there is no jama'ah. And if there is no jama'ah, there is no Islam. Very simple. Until subhanallah, we're going to talk about in the fiqh of the salah. Look how the fiqh, subhanallah. And that's why, please, the fiqh should be taken from the fuqaha, not from muhaddithin. Like when you are sick, you don't go to the pharmacist to diagnose you. Even though the pharmacist is needed, but you have to go to a doctor that he will diagnose. In jama'ah, if the imam doesn't do the sitting of rest, you know, when you stand up from the first rak'ah after the second sajda, some people sit. They call it jalsat al-istiraha. If the imam doesn't do it, you should not do it. Well, it's sunnah. No. Because you have to follow. إِنَّمَا جُعِلَ الْإِمَامُ لِيُؤْتَمَّ بِهِ. And the opposite is true. Imagine you don't believe in this one, or you say it's not from the prayer, but the imam does it, you have to do it. As we're going to talk in the fiqh of the prayers. All these things to be together, subhanallah. And last time we mentioned why the Muslims, they were defeated in the Battle of Uhud. Even though in the beginning, they were victorious. And Allah promised them that He will give them the victory. وَلَقَدْ صَدَقَكُمُ اللَّهُ وَحْدَهُ. Loud. إِذْ تَحُسُّونَهُمْ بِإِذْنِهِ. Allah promised you, in the beginning you were victorious. The defeat happened when? حَتَّى إِذَا فَشِلْتُمْ وَتَنَزَعْتُمْ فِي الْأَمْرِ وَعَصَيْتُمْ. When you disobey, من بعد ما أراكم ما تحبون منكم من يريد. Then the defeat came. And they disobey whom? Let me tell you one thing before you answer. And especially when you are a student. Whenever there is an easy question, it's what? A tricky question. So don't trust your teacher when it's easy. You have to think. And most of the time, people, because it's easy, they rush to the answer. You got the wrong answer. So were defeated because they disobey. But they disobey whom? Huh? No? Huh? Yeah, because you see now when I give you the hand, otherwise everybody is going to say the Prophet, because the Prophet gave the order to the people, to the 50 people. But really, they disobeyed the Amir that the Prophet ﷺ put on the 50. Because the Prophet ﷺ is not going to be with them. And if something happened, there may be new circumstances, the Prophet is not there. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that people do. Somebody is not even here, he's the Amir, he's not here, and he gives the order and he's not there. If the people carry the order literally, it might be a disaster. That's why the Prophet ﷺ appointed an Amir. So the defeat comes because they disobeyed the Amir. And who was the Amir? Abdullah ibn Jubair. When they said, let's go, he said, no. What about the opposite? If the Amir said, no, we need to go, they should obey him or not? Huh? Why? No, if the Amir said, let's go. Huh? Yeah, they should obey him. Otherwise, why the Prophet put him for what? Tartor? And he's nothing there. No. Because the Amir is on the ground. And circumstances can change. And we're going to come to this. And that's why we're going to learn one rule that I want you to memorize. لا يجمع أصل وبدل. You cannot combine in the same time between the primary and the alternative. And let me give you example. You will look, I'm going around it to come to it. When we are praying, we should be on the line, yes, on the row. Huh? Can you stand up here, Habibi? Be there. Yes. That is the prayer. Yes? You agree? Okay. So that's called the primary, al-asl. So imagine, God forbid, he cannot pray standing. What he has to do? Sit. A chair. Or sit. Where you put the chair? In his place. Because the chair takes over. Some brothers, what they do, they put the chair in the back and they are here. That's wrong. Because here you combine between, khalas. Because you combine between the primary and the alternative, and you cannot do that. So now the primary becomes the chair. Because people, they don't do that because they said, well, I'll be like this. The ruling does not apply to you anymore. The ruling applies to the chair. And the chair is in the right place. So remember this. That's why when the Amir is not there, the big Amir is not there, that Amir should take over. Yes, Habibi. Huh? I didn't understand. Come, Ishaq, to explain.
The asal is to have the chair in the place, right?
Yes.
But then, if they're in the road, this doesn't give them enough space to make sujood.
Yes.
Right? So then that's why I think some people keep it back.
No, it's wrong.
So then how do they make enough?
You can go in the second row.
Go back.
Yeah. Because otherwise, if you put it back, Ishaq, take it back to what you said. No. No, yeah. Okay. So he solved his problem, but he created the problem for somebody behind him.
So he should go in.
Yeah. But just remember this rule. That's why if somebody cannot fast Ramadan, because some fatwa he said he has to make up Ramadan and pay what? That's wrong. You cannot combine two things on somebody. You can't. So remember this. لا يجمع أصل وبدل. Either the primary or the alternative. And that's why we have a clear incidents in the Quran where the Amir on the ground took another opinion. Which incidents? Huh? No, in the Quran. There is an incident in the Quran. Which one? There is an incident in the Quran when the primary Amir said something and the alternative took another decision different than the primary because the primary was not there. I'm trying to help you, Allah. MashaAllah. Takbir. Musa and his brother Harun. So Musa is the primary and he told Harun exactly, yes. هارون أصلح في قومي ولا تتبع سبيل المفسدين. حاضر. So he went to the mountain. Harun was there. Then these people did deviate and start what? So Harun didn't follow Musa and leave them. So he kept them and stayed with them. He advised them, by the way. Subhanallah, these people, how they lie about the Prophet. They said Harun who commanded them to worship the calf. So Musa, when he came, he said, why you didn't follow my order? He said, well, you put me an Amir. And he told him what? If I followed you, there will be a big damage. And these people, they will scatter and so on. When you come back, where are you going to find them? I keep them together until you come back. Because you might take care of it. So this is very important to understand this. That's why that will lead us to a lot of things. Like somebody come to the muaddin. The muaddin is the imam now. He's the position. And please, we are not talking about persons. We are talking about the position. Regardless who's the imam, regardless who's the president, don't personalize it. And that's where shirk comes. I obey the person. The same position, if there is this person, I will obey him and listen to him. If it's not, I will not. That's wrong. Here you are worshipping the whims. Now we are obeying the position, whosoever in the position. So the muaddin is there. It's wrong for somebody to come to him, can I make the adhan? What does it mean, can I make the adhan? What does it mean? My voice is better than you. And why? And you have to embarrass him. That's why he comes to me sometimes. I asked him, why you give to this person? He said, because here. I said, no. Next time said no, even he doesn't speak English. So one brother, he came to him, Zaki, 2 days ago, about Maghrib, and he said, can I make that? He said, no. I said, good job. No. But if himself, he comes without embarrassing him, without putting him in spot, because most people get shy. The same when you come to the imam, Sheikh, can I bring a guest to give a khutbah? And you have 2 imams, they are not enough. What does it mean? But the imam can invite. So these things, please, you want to pay attention, and you can use it at home, by the way. The same formula, you apply it. If you are not home, you are living for 1 month as father or whatever, and you say, X is in charge. Oh, why him, and so on. We need to believe that there is an imam, there is a leader. You cannot be without a leader. And that leader depends on his authority that was given to him. And somebody now in the parking lot, he is the Amir there. You listen to him. Why you don't listen to him until one of us comes and we talk to you, then you listen? Here you are worshipping the people. Now we want to take care of this. So we are saying this, that we can be together, inshallah, as I said, because يَدُ اللَّهِ مَعَ الْجَمَاعَةِ وَإِنَّمَا يَأْكُلُ الذِّئْبُ مِنَ الْغَنَمِ الْقَاسِيَةِ. The wolf attack the one that by itself, and so on. And subhanallah, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, and I will conclude in this, he swears by Allah, Wallahi, إنما تكرهون في الجماعة خير مما تحبون في الفرقة. What's something you might dislike, something in the jama'ah, which is, of course, you are a human being. Somebody might bother you. As one brother, he told me on Friday, he said, Sheikh, can you talk? A brother, he came to the Friday with some perfume that really not make you sensitive. It gives you a headache. very powerful. He said, Wallahi, I cannot even say Allahu Akbar. So that is something you dislike. He said, Wallahi, what you dislike in al-jama'ah, it's better than what you like when you are by yourself. Because when you are by yourself and you say this and that, a shaitan will take you. You are weak. I am weak by ourselves. And I said many times that shaitan will never come to you and say, don't pray. He will never say that. He's smart. He will never tell you, don't fast, don't wear hijab. He will never say that. But he will target one thing in you. Is what? The jama'ah. He says, you know, the people of the masjid, they are what? Hypocrites. They are. And you hear people like this. Yeah, the people of the masjid are hypocrites. If the people are the masjid hypocrites, where are the believers? In the bars. So then you swallow the bait. And a lot of people left. Wallahi, they end up not praying anymore. That is the default. So we need to learn to this. And subhanAllah, when we listen and obey, and that's what the shaitan did to the family. Families of human being now, and that's what we are targeting. How the shaitan destroyed the family? He will never come and say this and that. He destroyed the leader. That's it. That position of leadership is not there anymore. Why you have to tell me what to do and this and that and that? And some people, they push more until the family become the Congress. You know what that means, the Congress? Everybody has a vote. Even the father, miskin, they have one vote. Imagine you have 4 kids, they are 7 years old, and they vote against you. Oh. All these things are bid'ah. That's shaitan works. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unite our hearts. And may Allah bring us together, inshallah. Yes, Habibi.
Yeah, so how will fix the problem when the Amir is giving orders and the people did not listen?
The people are not listening, they are committing a sin. Because the Prophet ﷺ listened to this hadith. Jazakallahu khairan for reminding me. He said, Man ata'a amiri faqad ata'ani. Whosoever obey my Amir, he obeys me. He obeys the Prophet. And whosoever obeys the Prophet, he obeys Allah. I know maybe Ishaq wants me to talk about this. We go to Janaza. And everybody becomes Amir speaking. No, do this, do that, do that, do that. If the person who passed away can talk, he said, please, would you leave me alone? Khalas, we should have one Amir regardless. And whatever he said, unless he asks us to do something haram, clear haram. In this case, we tell him in a nice way what? No. لا طاعة لمخلوق في معصية الخالق. And everybody should know that. Well, you say, well, I don't care, but you are committing a sin. Because it harmed the jama'ah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to be together. And when we study the fiqh of the Salatul Jama'ah, you will be amazed what the Prophet did. SubhanAllah, when I was reading, I was scared. The Prophet used to have people to line up the lines before he said Allahu Akbar. Until they told him, give him, yes, everybody is on the straight line. Now we don't do that. Because if you talk to somebody, he does the opposite. You tell him close, he make it wider. May Allah help us, and may Allah forgive us. And please take this to your heart. As I said, regardless who's in the position, we don't worship people, we worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we obey the position. Even in that position, as the Prophet said, a slave from Abyssinia. You hear and obey because he's in the position. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.